Welcome everybody to my video presentation on the three final trumpets, Revelation 8:13. That's where it begins. Let's look at that passage and we'll find some pretty interesting things. So here we have Revelation 8:13. Then I looked and I heard an eagle flying in the mid-heaven, saying with a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to those who dwell on the earth, because of the remaining blasts of the trumpet of the three angels who are about to sound." So first thing we want to look at is this is in the middle of heaven, mid-heaven. Second, there's three woes. And the third, these woes are the three trumpets. You know, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh trumpet of the last three angels. So what is mid-heaven? Well, we'll look at that, but I think we're looking at what's happening after the middle of the week. And these are the last three woes, the three final trumpets, and that's the judgment that's coming. And here we have this eagle flying in mid-heaven, and we have these last statements, woe, 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 three woes. And as I said, it's, you know, this is in the mid of heaven. This is in the middle of the week. You know, like Daniel's week in Daniel 9:27, the middle of that. And this is then, these woes are the last 3.5 years. And here we have these three angels that sound the final three trumpets, the fifth, sixth, and seventh trumpet. And as we look later on, we'll see how these connect with the final three bowls, the fifth, sixth, and seventh bowl. So here I'd like to look at mid-heaven and show you why this is the middle of the week. We read in Revelation 14, "Then I saw another angel flying in the middle of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach, saying with a loud voice, 'Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come.'" Now, if we compare that to Matthew 24:14, we have a comparison. "This good news of the kingdom shall be preached in the whole world for a testimony to all nations, and then the end shall come." So here's the comparison. Both gospel is about to be preached, just like it says here, and then judgment comes. And so this is, you know, just before Matthew 24:15. So it's got to be the middle of the week. And here we have it, Matthew 24:15. So I'm saying this is mid-heaven. "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoever reads, let him understand." And so how do we know this is the middle of the week? Daniel 9:27. So here it says it in Daniel 9:27. "He will confirm a covenant with the many for 1 7. In the middle of the 7, he will put an end to sacrifice and offering, and at the temple he will set up the abomination of desolation until the end that is decreed is poured out on him." So here's what Jesus was talking about, this abomination of desolation. When? In the middle of the week. So that Matthew 24:15. Just at the same time they're preaching this gospel to the whole world and announcing the end is at hand, then the end shall come. So these three woes then are in the last half of the tribulation. Woe, woe, woe. Could be 3 years, 3.5 years, that final. So let's look at them. So here we read about the first woe or the fifth trumpet. And I think this is just Antichrist. "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star from heaven, which had fallen to the earth, and the key of the bottomless pit was given to him." And we read further on that out of this abyss comes, this bottomless pit, comes all these horrible creatures, and they have, you know, they have tails like scorpions, they look like locusts, and they have hair like lions and breastplates, and so they have a king over them who's called the destroyer. And so this is just the beast. He is the one who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, the Antichrist. And when we compare this fifth angel, the fifth trumpet, with the fifth bowl, we'll see that that's what it is. And the fifth angel sounded, or poured out his vial on the seat of the beast and his kingdom. So that's the comparison. This is just the kingdom of the beast, Antichrist. And after this comes the second woe. And so this is just the sixth trumpet. The second woe is the sixth trumpet, and this is China. We see the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And if we look at the sixth angel poured out his vial, and on the great river Euphrates, and the water was dried up to make way for the kings of the east. See, they are coming. This is part of this Armageddon. China is mobilizing, and we have the armies of the Antichrist. So here we have two big groups all of a sudden. So there's two woes down. Let's look for the third woe. So here now is the third woe, or the seventh trumpet. And this is where it gets a little tricky. Let's look here for a second. I think this is when Babylon falls. So let's look. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. So we, it doesn't say anything about Babylon there. So, people say, well, that can't really be, but let's look here. So here's why I think this third woe is Babylon. If we read Revelation 8:10, it says, standing afar off for fear of her torment, saying, woe, woe to the great city Babylon, that strong city, for in 1 hour your judgment has come. And we'll see as I look in Revelation 3 times, he says, woe, woe to that great city, woe, woe. But there's one woe, there's two. Where's the third woe? And it's got to be Babylon. That's got to be the third woe. That's my point. It's just that here's the first example. We have this same thing in Revelation 18:16. Woe, woe, the great city, who was dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. But notice here, woe, woe, the great city. So why only two woes? Because this is the third woe. Gotta be. Here we have it again, Revelation 18:19. This is the third time John brings this up. And they threw dust on their heads and were crying, weeping and mourning. These are the merchants. Woe, woe, the great city in which all who had ships at sea became rich by her wealth. In 1 hour, she's been laid waste. So where's the third woe? Woe, woe. Yeah, this is the third woe, fall of Babylon. Now, just as in the other three woes, or the other two woes and the two trumpets, the bowls were connected, right? And so if we look what happens in the seventh bowl, it should have something to do with Babylon, if this fits. And here we have Revelation 16:17 on this third bowl, or the seventh angel. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice from the temple of heaven, from the throne, saying, it is done. And then 2 verses later, and the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before God to give up the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. So there it is, Babylon, seventh bowl. And that's the third woe. Who is Babylon today? Because this is the one we're really looking at, the Babylon in Revelation 18. And the United States at present seems to fit that because of her wealth. It says here of this Babylon, the merchants of the earth weep, mourn for her, since no one buys her cargo anymore, cargo of gold, silver, jewels, pearls, fine linen, purple cloth, silk, scarlet cloth, all kinds of scented wood, all kinds of articles of ivory, and all kinds of articles of costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble. So, and there's a big list after that. So, yeah, she is one of the biggest consumers of goods in the world. America consumes 70% of imports, and so America fits this present Babylon. Now, if we compare Jeremiah 51 to Revelation 18, it becomes pretty clear that they're talking about the same place. Here's an example. We read, and it will come about as soon as you finish reading the scroll, you will tie a stone to it and throw it into the middle of the Euphrates, and shall say, just so shall Babylon sink down and rise no more, rise again, not rise again. And in Revelation 18:21, and a strong angel took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, thus will Babylon the great city be thrown down with violence, and will not be found any longer. So this is just about the same. And so whatever it's talking about, this fits with America. Now, America is a great producer of music. We read in Revelation 18:22, and the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And so this is just part of this third woe. So here we have the third woe takes place after the middle of the tribulation. And so this is in the final 3 years. And so, as I said, the first woe is the rise of Antichrist and his army. The second woe is the rise of China. And the third, I believe, is the rise of Babylon and fall. And so, this is basically what John is setting up here when he talks about Revelation 18 and what's going to happen to Babylon in 1 hour. So greater riches has come to naught. So I hope you enjoyed this video and get an understanding of the 3 final trumpets in talked about in the book of Revelation, and how they connect with the 3 woes and what they are. And I'd like to put a plug in for this, my book, Post-Tribulation and the 2 Beasts of Revelation. And just, it gives you a lot of this information that in more detail. So take a look at that. And if you have time, subscribe to my channel and look at some of my other videos. And in the meantime, keep watching and keep looking up. God bless.